Good evening, guys and gals and non-binary pals. Tonight, we are brought to you with a race of coffees and chocobo versus beauties in discovery. Today in the booth, we have Aaron Lore putting up the stream for everybody, Dubword pressing all the buttons, and my co-commentator, Frankie Bones. How you doing, Frankie?
I am doing well tonight. How are you doing, Tybalt?
Doing pretty good. So we have Coffees and Chocobo took game one. Beauties and Discovery, coming into this tournament, going up against Curios in the round of 32 and making a 2-0 match. Curios was the winner of the Pink Puff League this season, so really good runner, and Beauty just made what I believe short work of them. Can Beauty take this back and make a game 3 happen?
Well, certainly with these flags, anything is possible. I know in the match last night, Beauty made a couple different plays that Coffee and Chocobos did not make. They did not pan out for them, but in a different seed, maybe that works out. So anything can happen with these as long as we get our power overwhelming with our Omnidextrous flag and we keep running through the seed. Anything's possible.
Yeah, I mean, we've got the guaranteed boss of the Fabul Gauntlet. We have to at least get the hook to get underground because we've got at least 2 objectives down there with Forge and Lower Babel. We have to get the Twin Harp. We have to get the Earth Crystal. But we only have to complete 6 of the 7 objectives. It's just a matter of where certain items are hiding. We do have K trapped on, so all of the trap chests are in the pool, as well as the moon. Nothing for summon, so our K value check is not going to be very valuable. But the traps could be. When we get to running a lot of these, there are certain places that a lot of runners tend to fade or not do. Not a lot of people like doing ordeals.
Yeah, ordeals has certainly become a meme of the meme league. So it's been interesting to see who decides to go there early, who decides to go there late. It's been quite a point of contention throughout the entire tournament, and fun to watch whose strategy pays out. So we'll see what each of our runners decide to do tonight with ordeals.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, ordeals has got 3 boss checks. Cool. That's a long walk up. You have a cutscene. It's just really long to do. And the best thing that would happen with ordeals is that you'd change Cecil into Paladin to be able to wield that almighty crystal sword. But the Omnidextrous flag, that point is moot because everybody can wield the crystal sword.
Yeah, everyone can have it, and Dark Knight Cecil has a lot of power with his Dark Wave ability later in the game. So some runners have chosen to forego turning him into a Paladin Cecil and use his AoE ability for Sylph Cave and other trap chests throughout the game.
Yeah, that dark wave being the sweeper, as to say, that we need for Sylph. We got a couple sweepers out there. Most common is like Palom or Fu. I mean, even Edge in this flag set. But sometimes you don't get those characters because we only have distinct 7. So there's a chance you may not have the Quack Kid, Fu, or Edge. And all of a sudden you're like, how am I going to get through Sylph quickly? How am I not going to take forever to get through all these trap chests? DKC might be on the table for that.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. I know while I was playing this flag set, it was constantly in the back of my mind, is someone going to be able to sweep through some of these trap chests? So it'll be interesting to see which characters we have tonight. I know last night's match did not provide the most power overwhelming characters. So we'll see what happens tonight.
Definitely, I mean, we have a Porum for a starting character, so once we get her up some levels, we'll have Exit, which is really nice. We don't have to warp out of the moon. We don't have that constant da 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 da. that everybody loves to hear when you have to warp out of there. But it's just a matter of that second character that we get. There's such a wide variety. And I think that second character kind of depends on where we go for the early game.
Absolutely. The second character is always interesting to see. Early exit is always great. Porum gets early Berserk too, and that's been also another interesting part of this flag set is between Rosa, you can only start with Rosa or Porum in this flag set, and it's been interesting to see how each of those starting characters has differed throughout the entire tournament. So we will see that second character coming up very shortly.
Yeah, and we see that as, oh, we have Palums. We have the Bluffin' Twin with a package. Ooh.
That is
Do
interesting.
do we check this package character very quickly? It's a gated character. Check. So we have Fu, Cecil, and Yang on the table to possibly be there. I
I
honestly
think
think that if it's a Fu, I think you take it if it's a Fu.
I
Anybody
think so
else is
too.
kind of eh.
I agree with that. I think you check it. And I think, well, you could also check the Miscave boss while you check the character for the Fabul Gauntlet, so that kind of adds a little bit of incentive to looking to see, or just peeking the character in general.
And CNC going straight to check that package, possibly gonna check Mist. We do have the free key item sitting over in bed where Beauty decides to go, no, I'll check that later, and goes right to Eblin for some loot. And oh, well, there's a Fu there in package.
Commentator's Curse, there it is. So
Uh,
yeah, I think you wade through this and start finding bosses and learning spells.
Early Fu is, generally is a pretty big leg up, but with this flag set with the Omnidextrous, just having everybody that can wield everything, power so much isn't the biggest thing. The biggest thing is he gets 1900 HP when he's fully powered. He gets all the spells. You don't have to worry about, will I have Quake for Sylph? Just take out another boss or two for a key item check.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think getting Fu here and getting some the spells are going to come as you defeat bosses. So, like we talked about before this started, you don't have to worry about whether you have Quake or the sweeper spells. I think if you just keep taking bosses, then you'll eventually get to the point where you have the spells you need.
Not too much in the way of loot and Adlin. I did see we saw a mute knife, some bows and arrows, which gives us our back row. Our starting kit was I believe it was the Massidia kit. 'Cause we got a bunch of cure 2s, heal pots, life pots. So we definitely don't have to worry about shopping so much in this seed.
Yeah, I did see a lot of utility items in the starting kit. I didn't see all of them because our runners were so quick, but definitely a lot of utility spells and utility items.
Ooh, got an Aegis shield and some decent heavy armor. Mad Ogres could be on the table with that gear, but Beauty decided not to do that so much. We're going to see what bosses here at Package. If it's the Gauntlet, this is a big brain play for Coffee's and Chocobo. It's just a sparkle.
Not bad to see
Uh-oh.
a sparkle here.
Oh, it's only Pale Dam. This is fine.
Gets the boss off the table. Could be worse in different locations.
Definitely. But good old Doot Doot is gone, and Fu is in our party.
Yeah, we didn't even get to hear a doot. That's a shame.
It's so sad. No Doots. No. Beauty going over here to check the freaky item. We did find a Blizzard Spear in Evelyn, so we do have Flame Dog on the table to get through that a little bit easier. We'll see what Bedward gives us here. Hopefully it's something nice.
Luca keys. Okay.
Yeah, it's to check. Some people really don't want to check. It's about a minute down there. And if you get to check a boss and a key item, and you debate yourself, do I walk this item out if it's a chaining key item?
It's much easier to commit to that check after you found the Fabul Gauntlet than before, because you can reset out if it's nothing. you rather walk around and try and find the boss hunt with a key item that doesn't take as long to check.
So it looks like we have Sid as our other babysitter. We have to get through some orbs here, which shouldn't be a problem for this party. Beauty gets through Flame Dog, gets some experience on the kids. Pal learning his level 2s, which is really all you need for the early game. Flyers is a little bit better, though. And
Sand Ruby's not bad.
talk about all the character checks.
Yeah, the Sid... I do like sticking around for this Sid on Hobbs here. The CPU fight will be slow, but Sid definitely has his value in this flag set. You can put so much nice gear on him that he actually can do a lot of damage. So keeping him, and if you don't want to use him for damage, you can use him for an anchor. So that's nice.
Yeah, I think in this flag set, Sid has become probably one of the biggest MVPs. Yes, he's slow, but you can counteract that with one of the most coveted items in this flag set is the Heroine Robe. I like to consider that to basically be an adamant armor light, just because it does give $15 stats. It has decent defense and a little bit of magic defense. But putting that on Sid, making him a little bit faster, he actually has the highest crit rate of the game. So being able to power him up even more is, buddy, let's go.
Yeah, that's right. The Heroine Robe has been the sought-after piece of equipment within this flag set. That is for sure. I'm pretty sure BeautyInDiscovery checked the treasury last night, over an hour in, looking specifically for an Heroine Robe. So, yeah, it's definitely something you want to find and utilize on any character. It's been very very strong, very quick, and turns anybody into damage dealer immediately.
Yeah, Coffee's trouble actually looking here at DMC and not finding too much, finding some money, some silver armor, silver rings. It's a location that's not weighted too high for the higher tier gear since we're running T Pro. But sometimes you can spike something good here in DMCN.
Yeah, it just depends. There's density there, but in T Pro, it's either hit or miss.
Yeah, the biggest locations would be like Watery Pass or Evelyn, backside of Hobbs. Taking the hovercraft over to Antlion here. Interesting.
Yeah, definitely navigating that hovercraft better than I could. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, for the longest time I saw everybody's hovercraft speed, and I'm like, how is their hovercraft so much faster than mine? What am I doing wrong? Gotta press and hold a button for dash. Oh, okay. Both runners being an antlion here. I mean, will we get?
We see them converging here.
I mean, early game convergence is something you don't see too often. But both these runners are playing to win here. Coffees just wants to take the sweep, and Beauty wants to claw into one more game.
And I didn't see, did Fu learn exit? I don't know if either runner has exit, so this is an interesting early play. Typically, we've seen runners waiting to go here until they have exit, so they can exit out in case it's a key item they want. Ninja Shirt's a good item. I think I'd take that. And it looks like Fu has exit, so we're good to go.
Yeah, and Beauty does a reset out of it, doesn't want to take the time, so it's the other option is resetting. Oh, so Fu just learned exit there. But I think in Coffee's situation, you walk out the spells regardless.
Yeah, I think so too. I think the spells are probably the biggest win there.
Deciding it's better to see that it's not the Gauntlet there at Watery Pass and just resets out. We have a full defense and Miss Cave. Didn't check this earlier. but definitely gonna go back for it. May actually take it out for the actual spells here. Ooh.
I see a Golbez at Fabul, which is never fast.
No, it's not. But Beauty takes out Porum, so there's only 2 characters up. So there's only has to contend with 50-50 on who gets the first virus on them.
I think Beauty has a Flame Spear too, which will help here. Help hit one of those weaknesses, so that's nice.
Yeah. The worst thing here with the low HP totals we have here is the spells. They don't hit for much, but we don't have very much health. I think even a virus would close to take out Palom. I think it would do like 130, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, that it'll be close. And it misses.
Completely misses, don't have to worry about it.
And I see Coffee and Chocobos took the Mist Cave, rearranged their party, took the Mist Cave to get the spells.
Yeah. It's all about those spells. But Beauty getting through this Golbez here. Got a Starvel up just for protection. And we'll see. We know it's not going to be the hook route because Golbez can't gate the hook.
Yeah, that's true. So it could be interesting what's behind here. I think you'd like to see
something spicy like a darkness crystal would be interesting, or even like an earth crystal.
A darkness crystal would be very interesting. That would be about as spicy as you can get. Nice piece of gear.
Gungnir's not bad. It's a little bit extra power that we didn't have.
Something Sid can equip.
Well, okay. We got a Heron Robe and a Flame Whip in Sheila's closet. Some people loot that, some people don't. So Beauty's got some gear now.
Yeah, that's interesting. You are very correct. Some people choose to loot that and some ignore it. So we will see if CNC makes his way over there, if they decide to loot those 4 chests.
Baron Key. Some people say it's a stinky place. Don't go to Baron.
It'll be interesting. What? I mean, there's 2 bosses that you haven't seen there. I don't remember what the opening boss was, but there's 2 other bosses there and a character check. But at this point, I don't know if either are looking for characters.
Yeah, it looks like Chad's sensing that was King Queen Evelyn at Bitbigan. It was a free fight. Not looking for characters. It's just the 2 other bosses. But the fact that we haven't found the hook route, and between the runners, we know it's either going to be Ordeals or Evelyn at this point. It could be our way underground through that Baron Key.
It very well could. I think if I put myself in their shoes, it's probably the last check I want to do for the hook. I think Evelyn's probably higher up than that, for me at least. We'll see what they decide to do, but yeah, it is definitely a slow check. But again, there's bosses there that get you spells, but it seems like Foo's got Quake.
Yeah, he's got Virus Stone. He's basically online here. The one other spell that's really nice to have would be Nuke.
Yep.
But for this early and mid game, Quake and Virus are just enough.
Yeah, Garen in chat. Early Foo is heavy on the black magic. Yes, very much so. I did not see a lot of white spells in that list.
But hey, I mean, you can't really take any damage if you're just taking out the enemies fast enough, right?
That's right. You don't need to heal if you win.
And the question is, does Beauty actually do Baron here? I mean, you're right here to go check it. And it's one of those hard choices to make.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a time commitment, but we'll see. We'll see what they decide. I think Beauty might have checked Baron last night too, so we'll see what he decides to do.
And I mean, in CNCs, I wouldn't doubt, doing it or even doing ordeals. Between that, you got 5 boss checks to finalize that foo. But we're gonna go to Evelyn. We've got Quake. We got enough power for it.
And I don't think CNC went to Evelyn, so I don't know if he's gonna loot. Did he go there prior and loot?
No,
It
he
doesn't look
did
like
not.
he has. Yeah, so maybe he's just gonna save a little bit of time and do the trap chest. We'll see.
Yeah, because there really wasn't anything of great note in there that I saw besides Mute Knife and an Aegis Shield, which really only helps for a few of the trap chests.
Yeah, that helps for the Mad Ogres specifically, but other than that, I didn't see much of anything.
First trap's the Zonk and the Dragon Whip.
Yeah, Dragon Whip's nice for later in the game. If you don't find any other dragon gear, you can place that on. If you have to take moon trap chests, it's nice at that point in time, but probably not what you're looking for right now.
Yeah, so I mean, between the runners, we've got differencing in power on both teams. We've got Fu on one, and we have a Heroine Robe on the other. And we've seen in previous races that both can actually pay out to have the different types of strength, We've seen all mage parties work out very quickly. We've seen just give me a Heroine Robe and I'm golden.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. You are right about that. We have black magic overwhelming with Fu, and then we have power overwhelming with the Heroine Robe. So both are quick. Both are fast strategies. So we'll see how they both play out.
Yeah, we'll see who the... is it Mylon Z or Mylon and friends here in the trench coat?
Mylon Z. Probably the better of the two here.
Yeah. Mylon Z decided to take over for his buddy Kinazo, With the elements,
It's like it's like a wrestling match. They did the tap in.
Yeah, exactly. No. If Kanazo was actually on ordeals in Mylon Z spot, it's even better.
It's even better, yeah.
Because then you really know it is trade spaces. But we can see another character here. Will it be the Fu or just a dupe? No character for you. Sag. Now it all depends on what this item is. That's the big thing. It's something like legend or adamant. It's not really it's required for an objective, but it's not the way underground. It's not towards the moon. It's something that CNC can put off for a while. It could give the leg back up to Beauty. It's still too early to tell who's really ahead.
Yeah, I think Earth or Harp are the spiciest items that you could get right here. And it's the hook.
So we know CNC is going to have to do Baron eventually.
Yep. Looks like Beauty was opting not to check the Baron basement, which is valid.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to ordeals. Meanwhile, Beauty's got the hook. I'm going to make a single dip to Evelyn area and just do Evelyn Castle, probably into the hook route. Yeah, it looks like CNC may be doing the Baron last.
Yeah, I think, like we said, with the spells and where CNC was at, I think Evelyn probably into either Baron or Ordeals made the most sense. So he's gonna check Ordeals and see what we find up here.
Yeah, it's just a quick save at the bottom of the accursed mountain, as some people say. and
Cursed or blessed, it's one or the other, that's for sure.
And well, we got trolled here by some different colored robe. It's not the blue robe. We just have some dimps.
Good spot for the dims. One Quake, take him out.
Oh, looks like this.
Although some of being free, you'd like to see him on the moon, but at this point, if you're gonna do ordeals, you just want to see fast bosses.
Yeah. Nope, it's just Leviathan. So Paladin's gonna take a nap. Sid's gonna take a nap. Oh, actually no. Sid stays
Yeah,
awake just barely.
barely.
Looks like the spoon is probably here at the Mad Ogre's chest. I see that on CNC.
Oh yeah, I missed that. That's a good piece. That's a good pickup.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of powerful weapons so far, so I think that's a pretty good pickup.
Yeah, so when it comes to the flag set, a lot of what you really want to do is you want to have something that has high attack, high accuracy as your main weapon. So something like the spoon for one weapon is great. And the secondary weapon, something to maybe give you some extra stats, as well has decent accuracy. Something like comboing with that dragon whip can make your attack roll super high. Just a tiara. And a Naza. Well, we were close.
We were very close. We tried our best to will that into existence, but Kainazo in the mirror room and Coffee and Chocobos decides to move on from the tiara.
Yeah, just resets out. Doesn't care about Paladin Cecil.
No, and I don't blame them. There's another cutscene. There's two more cutscenes after that, and then you got to walk down. So
Yeah, and not having the power of Paladin Cecil. I mean, yeah, it hurts Fu a little bit, but we still got to do just as many bosses underground. We'll get those spells back.
yeah, absolutely.
CNC going for Venom strats here.
Nice heads up play there. Using the Venom, I think it's the status, proc status. Is it the hierarchy of the status of Venom is more than the status that Golbez puts on you? If you can correct me there, Tybalt, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, it's the status priorities. So poison and mute, as well as size and piggy, are all higher on the priority than paralyze.
That's
so you
right.
can prevent you from being paralyzed if you have one of those status effects on you.
Yeah, and the Venom strats are those. It's a nice heads up play because you never walk into it thinking I'm just gonna, Toad strats and things like that. You reset out, set it up. Venom is, I've got to do this right away.
Yeah, I mean, being able to do it on the fly like that, definitely great gameplay there. Gets to the Golbez, gonna be rewarded with that Gungnir Spear, and then realize I have to do Baron.
It'll be interesting to see if Coffee and Chocobos. Oh, it resets out. It'll be interesting to see if they check the Baron basement after finding the hook. We'll see.
Yeah, that's something that Beauty didn't do, but I think in Beauty's shoes, not having great power to take on if the alt gauntlet's down there, definitely gonna see you not spying it, but
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it definitely saves time. If you don't think you can take that throne, there's no reason to walk down there.
yeah, CNC may go, well, I've got Fu. I could take an alt gauntlet here. I may check it, which it's a matter of finding that gauntlet, because eventually you're going to be funneled in with certain key items. You're going to find the hook. You've got at least one guaranteed objective that is most notably going to be completed by both runners. That's Lower Babel.
Yep.
Right.
I did see a Drain Sword and a Thunderclaw picked up by BeautyInDiscovery in Cave Evelyn, which both are very nice pickups.
Yeah, so that Drain Sword, our only agility manipulation is the Drain Sword and Drain Spear for reducing agility, because we don't have curse rings in this flag set. So the best agility manipulation we have is Drain Sword and Drain Spear. So being able to find that, being able to manipulate your agility, which everybody loves to do.
Yeah, that manipulating the agility to give you an agility anchor is a definite plus, especially if the moon is in play. Sorry, I'm just seeing a foo on Beauty's screen here, which is pretty big for him.
Yeah, definitely. So the power of not having foo, like really what that's done for CNC right now is was able to check ordeals and check Evelyn a little bit faster. That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how many. I don't know what the spell count will be for Beauty and Discovery with their foo. So we'll see once he menus. But I don't think. I think Coffee and Chocobos has done a few more bosses to get that spell count up.
I think Beauty's done 7 bosses, so it would be 21 spells between black and white magic.
And as we noted earlier, it was definitely heavy on the black magic side. So Quake's probably in play. I think
Yeah,
Quake is probably in that spell list.
I think Quake was 900 in the seed.
Yeah,
I think it was super early. Like I think CNC had it after doing.
Yep, I see it in there.
Hobbs or it was either Hobbs or Miss Cave.
Definite early Quake, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Sid doing work here. Quad 9s on the Mad Ogres.
Yeah, I mean, having the mute knife and spoon, so you get the 256 attack from the spoon with near perfect accuracy, and you have a mute knife hitting that mage weakness. So, just gonna shred those Mad Ogres.
Yeah, the mute knife from Evelyn Castle has proven to be quite useful so far. I didn't catch that item from the chest. Did you see it, Tybalt?
Just a sorcerer robe.
Yeah, not too bad. Good item. Not what you're looking for, but that's a good item for the foo that we just found.
I mean, it does increase his magic. Yes, Fu has a decent base magic stat, but you want to make it a little more powerful because he can still roll low on those nukes and quakes.
Very true. The amount of wisdom you can put on, you want to put as much wisdom on Fu as possible, because if he can low roll, he will low roll.
Pretty much. CNC going to check Baron Basement here. Say beforehand. Spicy check coming in. Oof. Well, dolls are off the table.
Yeah, I think, was that Magus Sisters or was it dolls? I couldn't tell.
No, that was Magus Sisters.
Both are great to be off the table. It doesn't matter which one it is. Both are nice to not have to fight.
For some reason I had like all gauntlets sitting at Zot 1, which has dolls in it. So it's comboing Magus Sister spot with dolls, and it's just whatever.
I think we have a Dark Elf. Did I see that? Yeah, Dark Elf here at King Queen spot. This is actually a pretty good spot for the Dark Elf.
Yeah, and we've got that Dragon Whip, as you mentioned earlier. You know, this is going to make quick work of this Dark Elf once we get into that second phase. Oh, CNC buying some bandanas here.
Yeah, that's a nice pickup. That's a very nice pickup. Bandanas adding +5 strength.
Yep. 5 strength and 5 vitality as well.
Yeah, stack those up. And they definitely make your Zerker very powerful.
Yeah, and in a pinch you can go with black belts. But bandanas just have a little bit higher of a defense, I think, than the black belts.
We see an Asura at Rubicon spot, which, like we mentioned, the Mute Knife is going to do work here.
Yeah, I think
Mute
we just...
Knife Spoon.
Oh, we don't have Zircon Fu. Do we have Zircon Porum is the question.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
We gotta get
Yeah,
enough attacks out
I,
here to make sure we don't get her stuck in a Cure 4 loop.
yeah, I think. Yeah, that's. I mean, I think you need to hit twice, and then. Wow, that was a low roll. That was very low. Does Palom might have a drain sword on, but I think if you swing twice here, you're good for the Cure 4 loop.
Which is not what you want.
Yeah.
You want to stick around that life one, but his beauty gets through the fight with a breeze. And Coffee's Chocobo slowly grasping a way through, getting through the stalemate here. Gonna get that adamant rock halfway to an objective.
I have a question for you, Tibble. Have you seen anyone fade the hook route trap chests so far?
No, I have not.
I have not either, and I thought about that at one point, and I was thinking that would be a way to get some time save, but man, that could be an interesting fade.
The thing is they're trap chests that are directly on your path. They're not really out of the way like Sylph is. For the hook route, they're your early game experience. So that plays a huge part into it. And if you can life glitch those Mad Ogres, you can get Palom up to Quake. So I don't think fading those two on the hook route is ever really a thing that's going to happen, just because of the amount of experience you can get, at least from those 4 Mad Ogres. The Staleman, I can see more so fading.
Yeah, the Stillman is probably more likely than the Mad Ogres. I can't see a situation where the Mad Ogres, you don't take the Mad Ogre chest, but the Stalemen are quite annoying and have very low experience. So just wondering if you'd seen that happen.
No, and CNC gonna drop some rocks here.
I see that.
I mean, we'd love to see our rocks. Beauty going directly down to the Feymarch. You're going to take on the trap chest here. The Warrior's chest. Let's see.
Yeah. Man, we got 70 Cure 2s in that beginning kit and 70 Ethers. I did not realize it was that much.
Yeah, it comes from, I believe, the speed run for the Mysidia kit. That's what those numbers are from.
I believe that's correct.
But I mean, you don't have to worry about shopping for Ether 2s because you've got a whole ton of Ethers.
Oh, foo. With like the Palom backup, I love it. I love the Palom backup Quake here. That's great.
I mean, with the heads up of doing a backup Quake, definitely shows great knowledge.
Yep, absolutely. That was a great play.
There's the darkness.
Ooh, darkness crystal. That's spicy.
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think what Beauty's trying to do is either trying to get 10 key items before doing self, which is completely understandable because it's a lot of experience you're missing out if you don't have 10 key items. Deciding to fade Babel until you have the tower key is what I think he's going for. And I can see it, but also at the same time you have 4 trap chests up your way towards an objective.
Oh, I see a blue robe there.
Spicy blue robe. Is it an alt gauntlet here in the Feymarch?
Yeah, to expand on your point, yeah, I think you're right. I think Beauty is probably searching for the tower key before going there. I think that's a good point. Sometimes you want to look for that and do it all in one shot. But it's just runner's choice, really. Especially the Feymarch is easy because you can do the trap chest and the freebie. And if one of those is tower, then that makes it very easy to go straight there. So we'll see what he decides after this. If it's a gauntlet, I'm not sure. It is.
It was a gauntlet. Well, welcome everybody from a Free Enterprise. No spoilers on the race you were just watching. However, in this race, it's been a bit spicy. We had to do Baron Castle for our hook. Fabul was a zonk, same with Ordeals. Coffees and Choco decided to check the starting package and found a Foo, so it's had Foo since the very beginning. However, Beauty Discovery found Foo on the hook route. So we got a little bit of power back there. The only other big difference between the two runners is that Beauty and Discovery found a heroine robe in Sheila's closet.
And it's been a very effective heroine robe. Beauty has been using it to their advantage so far, definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, Fame Arch here, as Chad mentioned, with the value of darkness and an objective, so you don't have to worry about looking for that gauntlet anymore. Now it's just a matter of finding key items. And where do you go? The world is the oyster for Beauty and Discovery here. Got moon trap chests, got trap chests in the underground. Where do you go, Frankie? Do you go to the moon?
That's a great question. I think I would... From here, I'd probably go take care of my lower Babel objective and hit the trap chests on the way up. See if I can catch a tower key or an earth crystal or an harp somewhere in there. Yeah, I think that's where I would go from here.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same thing. I would probably go to the Babel, but I mean, the stuff's still on the table. We have no idea what these runners are going to do. They're both playing amazingly.
Yeah, both are making work of this seed in different areas as quick as possible. That's for sure.
We have the clapper now for some people. Before we figured out about the sirens on the power island, the ongoing meme was a clapper grind.
Yeah, the clapper grind is a thing.
Look, it's a very well seasoned meme, and it's just even gotten even better the fact that we have the all gauntlet here.
Yeah, and the clapper is not forgiving at all. The blitz will find your weakest character.
Yeah, because blitz is always going to be the same amount of damage, regardless. I think it's a 25% of your max HP or 50%, one of the two.
I think it's 50. I want to say 50.
Yeah, it's based on your HP total, not what you have remaining. It doesn't care. You can reduce it with diamond armor.
Yep, you can. Ninja shirt for our gauntlet troubles.
Remember that ninja shirt we reset out of that antlion cave?
Yeah.
we got it back.
That'll be good for... I don't know about you, Tibble, but I like to put that ninja shirt on white mages, especially. That's just my opinion, but I know it can go on any character and be a pretty valuable piece of gear.
It all depends on what I'm going for in that aspect. Like if I'm going down to Sylph, I want to make sure my sweeper is RA1, so I may put it on them to make sure that their agility is able to make it there. But if I'm not, yeah, I can put on the white mage to make sure they have a little bit extra survivability.
I did see, I think it was a Murasame in Beauty and Discovery's inventory, which is also a nice piece of agility gear. I think that does -5 to agility.
Does -5 will and -5 agility. It gives +5 strength and +5 wisdom.
Yeah, so... Well, the dwarf axe will work as well, so...
Yeah, I mean, we've got as much agility manipulation gear as we can use. Like the only thing that's better would be a trade spear.
Yeah, I think we're pretty much set on agility gear right now. CNC going into their gauntlet fight here.
Those trap chests and lower battle were going by just so fast. And hey, Frankie, say the line.
We can get underground now.
Yay!
That's a great item to find, honestly. The magma key hanging out in a trap chest in lower Babel. It doesn't get better than that.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a jetty seed. Considering what we've found, like we just find, we're looking for 3 different key items here at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna get the lower Babel. We can head up to Cave Bahamut. We have the magma key. We're missing half forge, twin harp, and earth. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see. It's definitely a decision after this whether you hit Sylph Cave or go to the moon. Yeah. I think that probably the biggest decision, unlikely decision that I would not expect would be a dwarf play. Something spicy would be a Luka check. Also, I could see that happening, but we'll see. We'll see what both our runners decide to do.
Yeah, I could definitely see a Luka play over dwarf, just for the cutscene that you have to do dwarf and the 2 fights.
Yeah, absolutely. I think dwarf is probably the lowest on the list right now.
Yeah, especially with darkness in hand. You've got the last arm. You've got the hair dryers. The way the fill algorithm actually works is it'll take locations that are very small in chances. So something like last arm or hair dryers, theoretically, will have a higher chance of having key items. However, the randomizer lately has decided against that. We've seen a lot of stay on Earth and get go mode on Earth without even having to touch the moon.
You are very correct. The moon has not been kind lately to anyone.
No, but is the moon ever really that kind?
Not really, no.
Yeah, we have a vanilla Dr. Luga here at the top of tower. CNC gets through the gauntlet, gets the ninja shirt.
Taste of vanilla here.
Yeah. Vanilla's always good, though.
Vanilla is great. Underrated.
Now, are you a vanilla bean person, or a New York vanilla, or
vanilla bean? I am a vanilla bean person. How about you?
Me? I like them all. I like both vanilla bean and the New York. I can go with either.
I think I'm just an ice cream fan.
Yeah, that too.
I see CNC deciding to take a trip to Sylph Cave here, so nice divergence. Could be looking for a tower key before heading that way.
I mean, the self-play is interesting here without 10 kiamas, but I think it comes to how comfortable you are with your end game. And so I think CNC is like, I've got foo. I'm fine with my end game. I don't need all the experience in the world. If I need to get some more experience, I've got the moon.
Yeah, and I think CNC has a good bit of experience with run buffering these chests on battle speed 1, which probably might play into their decision. Can knock those out very quickly.
Yeah, having Palom with the -10 agility and has that foo RA1, getting those quakes out very quickly and taking care of this Sylph treasury here. However, not finding much, and the 2 of the most dangerous traps down here are the Marlboro chests. You really have to worry about that breath.
Yeah, the Marlboro chests. I still don't know why they get a turn, but they always do, and I don't like it.
Well, so here's actually an interesting fact. The reason you're able to get the quakes out for the spirits is because you have 6 enemy actors to your 3 or 4. You need at least 7 characters in the queue. Now, when it comes to the Mulrose and the Dark Trees here, they have weird agility. It just doesn't work out so well. When you get to the other two, you only have 2 of them. So you just don't have enough actors in the queue.
Well, I mean that makes sense to me. We just need more turns. That's all we need.
Yeah. So a lot of people opt here, and CNC is doing here is taking the Sid, taking out one, and then just virusing the second Malbo.
That is a strategy, a big brain strategy I was not aware of. But I would like to point out on the other side, Beauty and Discovery has decided to make the dwarf play.
Ooh.
Which is very spicy.
And oh wait, shall I mention? Again, is this even randomized? Finding an Avenger in the Marlboro chest.
Oh, is that vanilla? I think that is vanilla.
Yeah, it is vanilla.
That's a great piece of gear. That'll kind of even out the heron robe, no heron robe dynamic.
Yeah, and CNC almost done here with Sylph. Just gotta get through one more trap chest besides the Toad Lady. Will there be any value here?
I saw a crystal, but not the crystal. I think it was a crystal ring, not a crystal sword.
I mean, crystal ring is still pretty good. It gives that dragon defense.
Very good defensive piece of gear.
+5 agility.
Adds agility. Yep, absolutely. For Sid, it's great.
Oh, we have a wyvern sighting, and
let's go.
That forum is taking a nice old nap.
Oh, those are my favorite. Those are my favorite wyverns.
Yeah, hi Vern, bye Vern. But what's even funnier is when you get a wyvern that has a retreat, because you don't get the experience from the spot.
Also, that wyvern could definitely be one shot, but chose to just blow itself up.
Wyvern's like, no, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I see that spoon. See you later.
And will dwarf pay out?
Rat tail. That is a key item. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is 10 key items as well. So that is pretty big.
Yeah, so we'll be getting double experience from the self-trap chests if we decide to do it now. More than likely will.
Yeah, I think that's a good play. With the 10th key item coming in, I think if you're gonna do dwarf, you've committed to the earth. So staying here and doing sylph chest is probably the right move.
Yeah, if you're gonna, you usually have to make some sort of fade somewhere. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go here. If this is where the go mode is, then that's where I lose. I have to make that choice.
Yeah, I think in this flag set, you're right. I think there's got to be one spot. You don't have to go into the seed knowing where that is, but as it plays out, you kind of think to yourself, there's going to be something I'm not going to do. And as you get through the seed, you kind of make that decision.
Yeah, and when you're racing against, if you feel like you're not as skilled as your opponent, you definitely have to make those types of choices. Because I know for myself, there's a few people out there that if we just do a straight run, like a 100-meter dash or whatever, I know they're going to beat me every time in menu speed or flight. I have to do something that's off the beaten path to try and get me a little bit ahead.
Yeah, I agree. I think Beauty's done a good job of that by fading a couple things, and I think Coffee is definitely working his way linearly through this seed, one after another check. So that definitely plays a role in where we're at right now, because I think Beauty's got a little bit of a lead coming into some of the checks that he has decided to fade. So
Yeah, CNC done with the tower here. Choice comes to be, do I finish the underground here by checking Luca and checking Dwarf? Or do I just say, I've got this darkness crystal in hand, I gotta go to the moon?
yeah, that's an interesting choice. We saw what Beauty decided to do, which can pay out with the rat tail, and I don't know. It's a tough decision right now. You've only got 2 objectives done with darkness in hand, and you know how many trap chests and how many bosses are up there. It'll be interesting to see what Coffee and Chocobos decides to do.
But then it comes down to, how do you route the moon? Do you go top down? Do you go bottom up? You don't have the pass.
Yeah, yeah, the pass is definitely the trickiest part of all of this. And here we are forgetting about Sheila 1.
Yeah, Sheila 1 and Toad Lady.
Yeah.
There's some people Sheila 1 doesn't exist.
Without a pan, it doesn't exist, that's for sure.
Yeah. Who knows? This Toad Lady could have the pan.
Well, I think we're gonna make quick work of the Toad Lady. Unfortunately for her.
Yeah, and here comes out the Quake, and bye-bye. You ever left Toad Lady up by herself?
Multiple times. Multiple times. And then, no matter how confident I am in how this Quake's going to come out, I always follow it up with some sort of attack afterwards, just in case.
Yeah. At least you don't have to worry about the Toad Lady so much, because all she does is just waste time at that point.
Exactly. And
Turns
there's
herself into a frog.
we said it. There she's still alive, unfortunately.
Yeah, turns herself into a frog, turns herself back, turns herself into a frog, turns herself back, and then runs away.
Coffee and Chocobos is going to turn the magma key in now.
I mean, you're never coming. Well, you mean you're probably coming back here to turn in Forge, but you're not banking on Forge being your go mode, so you might as well just turn it in now. Therefore, you don't forget about it.
Yeah,
Have your thing done.
I think without the pass, you take care of everything you're going to take care of on Earth before you go up.
And Beauty is going and checking Luca here, deciding I'm staying on Earth. CNC raising the well.
I like this play from Beauty. I do like it.
will CNC remember to do Sheila 1?
That's a good point. I would think he's gonna raise the whale, maybe save scum and go check it. But
Delbert brings up a good point. If it's the pass down here at Luca, do you keep it?
I do.
I would, 100%. I would.
I would definitely keep it. At this point, you got to believe it, you've checked most of Earth. You know there's value on the moon. It gives you a little bit of flexibility on your checks and like how you attack the moon, where you go. Do you go top down? Do you go bottom up? And it also gives you quicker access to Zeromus. So yeah, I think I would take it.
Right,
Absolutely.
Because right now, like, there's very few options for us actually completing everything on Earth. There is a possible way, is that if Wind Harp or Earth Crystal is at the rat tail, and then that leads to our other objectives. Make it just chain like that, and we never have to touch the moon.
Yeah,
Or
that's a
you
good
have
point.
you have to go, somewhere on the moon, but you have to come back to Earth to turn in your objectives, and you got to go back to the moon.
Yep, that's a good point. And where you find your Earth objectives in the let's say you find it in the middle of the lunar subterrane, you exit out. Harp and Earth are right next to the pass location. So yeah, I think, unfortunately, I don't think it was the pass, but if you had it, I'd take it.
Yeah, going down to check the item there to answer a question in chat. Walking down to Luca is a 1 minute check. Warping out maybe about a minute and a half if you're lucky. But going from Earth to the moon and then walking down to the moon to Z is about a 3.5, 4 minute walk. And so in retrospect, you're probably saving a good 2 minutes on average.
Beauty's going to turn in that rat tail while Coffee and Chocobos is at hair dryers.
Yeah, so we're getting some new information here. This red tail coming from Dwarf. Will it pay out?
I think that was a ninja hat
No, this is another ninja shirt.
and a Levi from the rat tail. Unfortunate for both, actually.
Well, I
That
mean,
was our fourth ninja shirt, third
yeah.
ninja shirt.
Is it hinting that we've got a ninja in the seed somewhere? That's,
Yeah, if we get that
sleeping?
many ninja shirts, there's definitely not a ninja.
Right. That's how this game works. That if you find a bunch of items for said character, you're never gonna find them.
Oh, that's definitely interesting character.
Yeah, DKC. So we
Gonna
at
get a
least
lot.
have-
Yeah, gonna get a lot of levels really fast.
Yeah, gonna get that slingshot. 5 levels behind the average and has 10 key items. So first trap chest, he's gonna go right up in levels. But we'll see where CNC decides to go for their first moon check.
Do you think, knowing that you have 10 key items and a slingshot, does that affect which trap chest? If you were gonna go trap chest, does that affect which one you take?
CNC does not have 10 key items at this point. He only has
Oh,
9.
only 9.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
That rat tail was number 10.
rat tail's coming up big right now. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know if there's a big experience here on the moon. So you got the 3 behemoths, the Bimmy and Jimmy chests, which is the double red dragon and red and blue dragons. You could probably take on something like the warlock defossil check, but opting to go for a behemoth here, as someone would say, not anchored correctly. You generally want to be fast anchored for behemoths. And what we mean by that is your fastest character being in the center slot.
I think I'd like to see Sid in the center slot here and make this go faster, but I think you can get the blinks up with the Berserk buffer to buffer the blink spell. So maybe that's what CNC was going for. Because you want DKC to survive.
But I think Spoon Avenger was making quick work of that. So that behemoth went down real quick.
Yeah, I think that was 3 hits. Very quick.
Yeah, and here comes the Bimmy and Jimmy chest.
Yeah. A fan favorite. Or at least for me.
If DKC's not walking that hit off.
No, definitely not. We see Beauty on the hair dryers, I believe. Getting ninja shirt number 4.
Oh.
Another hit on DKC.
My
Not.
question is, when do we check the last arm chest?
Yeah, that's an interesting check. I know I've seen a lot of runners check the surface of the moon, do a safe scum, and go to the giant. So we will see if that's the play here for Beauty and Discovery.
CNC going for the double red dragon chest here. Oh no, behemoth. That's right, there's a behemoth in between the two.
There's so many of these trap chests on the moon, I get them confused all the time.
And I think it's behemoth, Bimmy and Jimmy, behemoth, Jimmy and Jimmy. Then you have the warlock defossil. Then you have the behemoth on the way towards the crystal sword altar. And the last trap chest before you hit the next altars is the secondary warlock and carry chest.
Yeah. It's always the warlock and the fourth one in there, the warlock with the
Defossil.
defossil. Yeah, thank you. That always throws me off. I see that chest all the time and I say, wait, what? Which one is this?
Yeah, it's one that's off the beaten path from the ever so coveted pink puff room.
Yes, the ultimate meme room.
And it looks like Beauty is going probably a full top down here, not a middle, going for the carry and warlock chest number 1. And might even check the Murasame altar here.
Yeah, top down's a good play here. I get, you don't want to leave anything behind from the top. You could score with the Earth Crystal or the Harp and warp out and check that before coming back. So I could see the logic behind this.
In the inventory boss with just a ribbon here at the Jimmy and Jimmy chest. So not finding so much in the trap chests. I wonder if everything's sitting on an altar.
Yeah, the trap chests so far have not been great.
Yeah, so here's the Warlock Defossil chest. Some would say it's the Scarcerer chest, who's one of our other runners in this tournament.
Yeah, yes. And I always forget the defossil has more than 10,000 HP.
Yeah, he ate his Wheaties.
Yeah. You have the dragon whip on, you have the dragon gear, you hit quad 9s, and they don't die.
But
Another Avenger. You don't mind it.
You really don't. But at this point, you're sitting here going, where are all my key items? Where?
Yeah.
Logically speaking, you could have one big long chain, but there's still going to be something that's not in that chain. Because we have 2 key items that are ending. And that's the Pigtail and Legend Sword.
And if the longer this goes, I don't know if Beauty's going to decide to take full top down, but in the back of their mind, probably thinking, "Oh, I wonder if value's at the 2 fades that I left on Earth." So
yeah, ooh. An evil wall here.
Gonna hit hard.
But
EKC.
We have Avengers. We have Blink Casters. We've got this fight. It's fine.
Yeah, I think this is, with the Avengers and the Blinks, this is going to be pretty trivial. For once, which is nice.
Yeah, and we've got, extra defensive gear there for our mages in the back. We've got a Bahamut here at Murasame altar.
Nice and free.
Yeah, the question, I think, I wonder if Beauty finds a piece of an objective, do they immediately just follow that? Or do they still stay on the moon?
Oh, I saw an earth crystal from the ribbon room there.
Yep.
That's a good point. I mean, if you get something like Twin Harp here, do you save? I mean, I don't know if you save scum. Do you go down and check it? I think maybe. I mean, I think there's a good point you could make to do that.
In Beauty's case, they've only faded ordeals.
Yeah.
So it's a really hard play to make because you're only going to check one other thing on Earth.
Well, with the Zeus Gauntlet now, I think the question is, do I take trap chests on the way down, or do I go down and check altars?
Yeah. With this trap chest not paying dividends at all, like self and stuff, I'd almost just want to sit there and do altars. But it's such a hard choice to make.
It's a very difficult choice to make. I mean, the altars have a better percentage chance of giving a key item. And as we're seeing on CNC's side, I think it's been 3 key items and 2 altars. Pinktail, Earth Crystal, and Pan?
Yep. Bottom of the Moon has had tremendous quote-unquote value.
Definite value with the Earth Crystal. It'll be interesting to see. It would be fun to see the Earth Crystal chain into other things. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, it looks like Beauty has faded the Red Giant's chest. And we just got a dance party here at the Masamune altar.
Thriller is very much alive.
Yeah, this fight's quite simple here.
Yep.
You may have to worry about the Lit 1 counters, but they're limited the amount of damage that a Lit 1 can do. So
yeah, this is a good spot for Mylon, as was the good spot for Mylon Z earlier in the seed, so Mylon's hanging out in the right places.
Yep. I mean, we're going to lose experience at the spot, but I don't think we really care that much about experience at this point.
Yeah, I think with the amount of trap chests that CNC's opened, I think experience, and 2 Avengers, I think experience is probably not critical at this point.
Yeah, because your end game is just let Sid hit things.
Yep, Sid, DKC. I think on both sides, Sid and DKC are going to hit things. So, and another key item. Wow.
Yeah,
the bottom of the moon is stacked.
Yeah, and again, this is where the choice becomes really hard to make. Do I stay on the moon? I'm here now, do I just complete it? Or do I follow these key items?
Yeah, that's a really interesting decision right now without a pass. That makes this a very interesting decision.
Beauty making quick work of the trap chest. Coming down to, I believe, going for the Warlock Defossil. Debated about it.
Yeah, went a little bit back and forth, decided to go for it. I think it's the Avenger, and I'm not sure Beauty and Discovery has one, so I think this will be good.
He should if he did Sylph. I believe he did Sylph, so he should have one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it was the vanilla chest. And Garen letting us know has one, not using it now.
Okay.
Just waiting to get 2.
Yeah. Yeah, the second one. You get a second one, you're like, okay, should I equip these? Like, I can understand not wanting to equip them for some of the boss fights.
Yep.
However, like the two 2 of the 3 horse boss fights for Avengers are already off the table. The last one is Demons.
Yep, D-Mist is still out there. I think D-Lunars is one of them, and Golbez is one of them.
Yeah, it's Golbez, DKC,
and DKC.
Yeah, like the last one that's really nasty for having Avengers on is exactly D-Mist. Just a Zeus Gauntlet from the last Behemoth Trap Chest. So all we have left for Trap Chest is Last Arm and Red Giants.
Red Giants, I believe. Yeah, I don't think either runner did Red Giants.
And
looks like just a Plague here.
Yeah, he decided to just move one altar over. Hey, Wyvern, I saw you weren't home, so I decided to have some fun here.
Yeah, house sitting for Wyvern. The altar is nice and clean and protected.
And, you know, both runners making quick work of it here. Glass Hat.
Probably, I guess, going to keep the experience and exit out.
Well, even then, if you reset, you're still exiting out, so...
Yeah.
And...
With the save, maybe well, no, I thought maybe a Last Arm would come here, but we'll see.
Now deciding to chase the key items that were received here on the moon. Question is, do we do Earth or do we do Tower Key first?
Yeah. I think... I don't know. What would you do, Tybalt? I think I'd check Tower if it was me.
I'd check Tower. I mean, there's... Tower... If you get Legend Sword here, you're already in the underground to turn it in. If it's not... You get put into the regular airships. You don't have to worry about Detroit and Parking Authority. You know.
Very true. I did not factor in the great airship, the one that we always want to fly around rather than the Falcon, coming to pick us up as we fall down from the tower.
Yeah, if you put in the Enterprise, you don't have to worry about, putting the Falcon down at Troya, doing Earth Crystal, and then trying to go back and go, oh, I can't park here.
I gotta walk through the forest.
And we see Ruby here. We get to see some leg. The oh glorious leg.
Get the leg. See a leg.
By leg. Sad we don't get to see too much leg tonight.
We got some leg, so I'll take it.
Beauty here taking on the secondary Warlock and Carry chest here. Hasn't gotten down to the altars just yet.
Yeah, opted to take the chests all the way down. Unfortunately, they did not have the key items, so we'll should be getting into the altar fights soon and finding Earth Tower Pinktail. Yeah.
And the Carry giving Sid a nice hug and then running away.
So nice of Carry.
In CNC's mind, I think they've got, besides the Earth Crystal for a check, they don't have that much left for checks. And they're more than likely, the odds are they're going to get the pass somewhere. So we're just going to see here.
Oh, there's the Legend Sword.
There's Go Mode.
So yeah, I think, I mean, without the pass, I guess not doing Cave Bahamut, you got to come back so you can do it on the way back down.
Yep. So we get to see what Kakol has for a weapon for us. It's one of the FF4 advanced weapons.
What are you hoping for?
Me? Let's go ahead and say sunrise.
Tiger. The tiger claw.
Yeah, it's a
Eh,
junk item.
it really is.
It gives 10 agility and 10 vitality. So with this
Yeah.
spikes that it gives nothing to your attack power. With this spikes that you're looking for high attack power, something gives you strength, possibly some agility, but strength being the big one.
Its value only lies in the memes.
Mm-hmm. Beauty here, get in the pan. It looks like he will be doing the ribbon room, so we'll be getting the earth crystal. Now, I don't think CNC will give us the treasury. There's at this stage there really isn't a point to rate the treasury. We're just gonna exit right out. Save some time.
Yeah, I don't think there's any need to go to the treasury. Although I would like to see it, I don't think there's a need to go there.
No, with the amount of experience we have, at least on Sid alone, Sid's going to be the big carry here.
Yeah, I think with the experience they have, and Fu and Porum, I believe Palom is CNC's anchor. So, yeah, I think you've got everything you need. Cure 4s, Auto Zerk.
Yeah, we've got double Avenger, we've got bandanas. We've got enough gear and levels to not worry about that treasury. And it's so late in the seed.
So we are
most of the
rooting
time-
for a DKC here, right? I mean, I know it's technically free, but
We've
would
already
be
seen
fun
DKC.
to see. Oh, did we?
Yeah, DKC was a Baron in one.
Oh, yes, you're right. Well, who are we rooting for here then?
Ogopogo.
I like that. I'll take that.
Yeah, that's going to be the big one here.
Yeah, that sounds nice and fun.
Beauty gets the Earth Crystal and decides to leave.
Octomom.
Yeah,
Not bad.
This is free fight.
Pretty much free. In her natural habitat on the moon.
Yeah, Beauty fading the tower key. The only out here for Beauty is if they check the Earth Crystal, if it turns into Twin Harp.
Yeah, there's the pan check too. I don't think we saw CNC do pan.
Yeah, so we have the pan, we have Earth Crystal, so it's Beauty's on a bit of a clock here. Because we got the crystal, we've got go mode here on CNC side. That's not the crystal I was talking about.
Well, we got a crystal shield too.
There's the crystal I was talking about. And I mean, yeah, Sid almost 5k HP can take. Wide a few big bangs here.
Yep.
The Z fight, we even though like we've got all this HP, never take the end game boss fight for granted. Ever.
Nope, never will. Z can always come back to bite you. That's for sure. Just when you think you have it in hand, Z has a different plan for you.
100%. You're like, oh yeah, I've got all this power. This is great. And then all of a sudden, like, what happened? My white mage took the first counter nuke.
Yep.
I couldn't get them up, and now I'm stumbling and oh no, what happened to all my power?
Yep, exactly. We're gonna see Beauty do the pan check here.
Yeah, like
they needed to be Twin Harp, I believe.
Yeah, they needed to be Twin Harp, and granted that they still would have to do cave value.
Hey, there's the Twin Harp. Sheila won. Didn't even turn in the pan.
No, Sheila 1 was a white spear.
Oh, did Beauty check it earlier? Because Coffee.
Yeah, Coffee's checked
Coffee
it earlier,
checked it right after the raising the well. Yeah, you're right. Thank you.
and then reset out of it.
Yeah, thank you. Your memory is much better than mine. Yeah, so Twin Harp, exactly.
Yeah, so even if the pass is here, Beauty still has to do a K value.
Yep.
And I think, judging by time, we would need at least one wipe from CNC. But I definitely think at this point CNC is in the lead.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think CNC is definitely in the lead. Yeah, Beauty and Discovery needs to finish Harp, do Cave Bahamut, come back, do Earth, even if the pass is in hand. So it's an interesting point that Garen brings up in chat is, are we going to get music during the Z fight?
Oh, we're gonna get music during the Z fight here. 100%.
Oh, CNC did not save.
Yeah, so it's been spicy. CNC going, I got enough power. I don't need no save.
Yeah. I like the swag walk.
But we're coming up to Z here. Hey Frankie, what do we say at this point?
Z, we're going to sleep? We're going to sleep. I'm tired.
You're tired already?
That's not right. Z is too powerful to randomize throughout the seed, so we randomize the way he looks. And each seed, he looks different. So we have a saying here which goes, whose butt are we going to kick tonight?
That was some interesting Final Fantasy VI music for the Z fight.
Yes, it was.
CNC well into the Z fight. Did Beauty actually check the item or just walk out?
I don't think they checked the item.
First big bang coming out here. Looks like it was nerfed. Let's see what we got for damage going around.
Just staring at us with all the eyes.
Ooh. Doing like 8 to 9k here. In what we like to call Wombo territory, which is a Big Bang into Medio. We're right on that cusp.
Yeah, we see the shake here.
And we're add all the numbers. Yeah, we're hitting that 10k. Oh, never mind. Never mind. That's a snap, crackle, boom. Izumis is down on CNC side here. And looks like CNC takes the win for game 2. Well, definitely.
Yeah, very nice Z fight from CNC there.
Oh, definitely 100% clean. We'll see if we can get CNC in here for an interview. And with that badum in my ear, we are joined by Copies and Chocobo. GG's.
Thank you.
So how did you like this seed? It seemed quite interesting.
It was definitely more generous than last night's seed, but frustrating from a key item perspective. There were so many whammies.
Yeah, so you go to the moon and you've hardly got anything for key items. You know, you don't have Pan, Earth, Tower. Like, how are you feeling at that point?
Hoping that something up there pays off. Either the trap chests, which I'm fond of doing the trap chests straight down the center, as you saw the behemoth, the 2 dragon chests, the defossil warlock, and then just kind of clearing out the bottom and sweeping out everything from there.
So you found the darkness sitting there at the warrior's chest. You had Luca key in hand. Was there ever a thought in your mind to finish out the Earth since you had already checked ordeals, already checked shield? Was there any thought to go check the Luca item, check dwarf?
With so much ground already covered and so much time wasted, I think I hit the pitfall about 35 minutes. I really wanted to be as efficient as possible, and Luca is a bit of a long walk, and dwarf was just a conscious fade to save some time because it's 2 bosses, a cutscene takes a lot of extra time. Figured I could cover a lot more ground by going down the moon, especially after having the dragon whip to handle the dragon enemies and a crystal ring for dragon defense.
Yeah, that was kind of my question. Was there ever a thought just to go down and take the altars, or you kind of answered it? But it seems like you like to take the trap chest on your way down. I didn't know if the thought crossed your mind to just go down and take the altars from the get-go, especially with the lack of key items we had seen so far.
Yeah, if I've got the tools to do those chests, I'm going to do them. They're a huge amount of XP and a chance for some really great gear. The second Avenger really helped bring DKC online, and you saw with all that XP, the evil wall just got carved up into rubble.
Very much so. That evil wall did not stand a chance.
So one other thing was you had starting package, and then you see Fu. What were you thinking when you saw the Fu? You're like, oh, I see Fu. I'm going to take this.
I mean, you got to take him. He starts off with fairly decent stats. He's a great anchor for the blue planet, and he should pick up spells fairly quickly. And with his ability to equip all kinds of wisdom items, tiaras, black robes, sorcerer robes. Black sword didn't come into play late, but I like to put a black sword on Fu to speed him up and give him that little bit extra wisdom. And it paid off because he got Quake fairly early, and I was able to put Palom down for a permanent anchor nap.
I see. So you didn't feel bad about seeing that Fu on the hook route?
Sometimes you do if the spells aren't there, but he helped clear so much up to that point that I think it was worth the investment. Plus the peace of mind knowing that you don't have a gauntlet sitting behind that package you've had the whole game.
That is true. Very true on that.
Was there any thought of checking last arm?
Briefly, I don't. It's about 50-50 on my end. If I've already seen Gauntlet, because you'd like to do a boss check while you're there. The last arm chest in vanilla is pretty deep into the giant, so if it doesn't pay out, you've either got a long warp out or a reset. But it is a high value. It's practically the same as a K main check. So yeah, that was another conscious fade, I think.
Okay. So you've beaten Beauty and Discovery. You're going on to the next round. Let's take a look at the brackets here. It looks like you're going to be possibly going to face between Pasta Morpheus and Loof. How do you feel about that matchup?
I feel like I do about any other matchup. I just want to play my game and make sure that I'm well prepared from a personal perspective, and it doesn't matter who I'm facing. Especially in this league, everybody's dangerous, and you've seen some upsets, you've seen some surprising up and comers just take it to the old vets. So, gotta watch our backs, you know.
All right, I don't have anything else for CNC, or do you, Frankie?
I don't have anything else for you, CNC. Well played tonight.
Thank you, and GG's to Beauty as usual. As we faced off in Film Friends, a fierce competitor, and I wish him best of luck and hope the club comes back next season.
All right. Well, have a good night, CNC. And well, Frankie, it looks like our time here is just about up. Be sure, chat, to follow both of our runners, Coffees and Chocobo and Beauty Discovery. We couldn't do this without them. Aaron Laura, our restreamer, Delbert pressing all the buttons, my co-commentator, Frankie. We've got some. Don't really have any more free enterprise tonight. However, we do have some tomorrow. Do you want to speak on the races we have going on tomorrow, Frankie?
Yeah, we have 3 races tomorrow. Let me pull them up real quick. We will have Klopfer versus Judge Joe. Nope, that's not right. Sorry. We have Injadave versus Pyre Game 2 on Free Enterprise tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern. Loof versus Pophomorpheus on Free Enterprise 2 at 8 p.m. Eastern. And we will also have John Burkhead versus Reckless Charlie at 9 p.m. Eastern on Free Enterprise 3. So if you don't follow Free Enterprise Free, please search and follow.
All right. Well, we're going to be sending you on over to one of our community members, the one, the only, and Venerable. He is currently doing some push beat to jump practice for a marathon. Push beat to jump being one of our April Fool's flags, where you can jump in the overworld or even jump in fights, just like how you're able to jump with Benjamin in Mystic Quest. Makes a whole twist of Free Enterprise. Be able to make all types of different skips. You can jump over boss spots. What an interesting flag. But that's all.
Everyone loves jumping.
Yeah. Well, have a good evening, morning, day, or night, whichever it may be for you. We'll see you all here next time, tomorrow.
Good night.